Hi guys, and welcome back to For Your Heart and Home. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. This channel is all about scratch cooking, using real ingredients, and making nourishing food for the people we love. Today we're making a soft sandwich loaf in the bread machine, based on a Cuisinart classic recipe, but adapted for freshly milled flour and vital wheat gluten. This loaf is perfect for toast, sandwiches, and everyday meals. Freshly milled wheat brings incredible flavor and nutrition, but it does behave a little differently than store-bought flour. That's why we're adding vital wheat gluten, to help strengthen the dough and give us a lighter, more sliceable loaf. This recipe is simple, dependable, and a great option if you're new to milling your own flour or baking sandwich bread at home. To get started, I'm going to mill approximately 4 cups of flour in my NutriMill Harvest. And while that is milling, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water to my bread machine pan, 1 stick of butter cubed, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and I'm going to leave the yeast until the end. This recipe was taken from the Cuisinart website and it came with my bread machine. I will have it linked in the description box. I will also have it at the end of the video. In addition to adding the ingredients that the recipe calls for, like I stated, I will be adding vital wheat gluten. And for me, my rule of thumb is for vital wheat gluten, you want to add 1 tablespoon per cup of flour. So I put in approximately 4 cups of flour, so I'm going to put in approximately 4 tablespoons of vital wheat gluten. You will notice that I will use approximately 1.5 cups of water in total, but freshly milled flour absorbs liquid differently. So to start, I'm going to start with about 1 cup of water, but during the mixing process in my bread machine, I will help the dough come together with my spatula, and I will continue to drizzle in more water as needing. Like I caution in all my bread machine videos, during the first few minutes of mixing, take a look at the dough. Don't just walk away. You're aiming for a soft, smooth dough that cleans the sides of the pan but isn't dry or stiff. It needs to still be pliable. If needed, add a little bit of water, a little bit at a time. You don't want to overhydrate the dough. So you're going to trust your instincts. If it's a little bit too dry, add a little bit of water. If it's a little bit too wet, add a little bit of flour. But do caution not to add too much flour, especially in the very beginning. Once I feel like everything looks good in my bread machine, I'm just going to put down the top and allow the machine to do the rest of the work. It's going to mix, knead, rise, and you can even bake it in your bread machine if you want to. And I have done that before. But when I first started using a bread machine almost 13-14 years ago, I did not like the size of the loaf I was getting. It was just too big and boxy. And so I no longer allow my bread machine to bake my bread for me. What I will do is use the dough cycle, which is about 1 hour and 25 minutes. When that timer goes off, I will pull the dough from my bread machine, divide it into 2 parts, and bake it separately in my regular convection oven. So the cycle is now complete. I'm going to carefully grease my bread pans. I'm using cast iron bread pans in this case, but I've also used glass, and I have had no issues with this dough. Just be sure to put a generous layer of butter on your pans before you put the dough in. As I said it before, I'm going to divide my dough into two as best as I can. You know, around here we are pretty rustic. It doesn't have to be completely uniformed, but if you're doing this for a bakery or if you're giving this as a gift and you want everything to look uniform, feel free to pull out your scale and weigh the dough. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to divide it into two parts, and I want to caution you to use gentle hands in this case. I've seen people get really rough with their dough and they're pulling it, and it's almost like a living, breathing thing. So you want to be gentle with the movement of your hands on the dough. Light fingers, gently roll up your dough, put it in your bread pan, and get it into a warm spot in your kitchen. I like to put mine on top of my oven while I am preheating it. But if you can't do that for whatever reason, find a warm spot in your kitchen, cover it with a clean kitchen towel, and allow it to rise. For me, it takes only a few minutes. I would say maximum 10 to 15 minutes to do a double in size. I don't want it to be too tall off of my pans. I don't want it to collapse when it comes out of the oven. So while my oven is preheating, I will allow it to do a second rise, and once my oven is to temperature, I will stick them in. I want to caution you and encourage you, if this is the first time baking with freshly milled flour, if it's the first time using your bread machine like this, don't worry if your loaf looks a little different than store-bought bread. I will remind you that we are using fresh, whole grains which have both the germ and the bran inside the flour. What makes freshly milled flour different from conventionally milled or store-bought flour is that it contains all of the wheat. It has the bran, it has the germ, and so all of those things make the flour respond differently. Your store-bought flour has that removed, and so it's going to perform differently for you. So I've seen too many times people say, I want a recipe for a bread that's going to come out like store-bought bread. Guys, it's not going to happen. Your store-bought bread, first of all, has the bran and the germ removed from it. And it has a lot of additives that will make the bread softer, more attractive on the shelf, and all these other things. We're not striving for a bread that looks store-bought. We are striving for eating whole ingredients, healthier ingredients, and we have to think about the health benefits that are associated with these things that we're making from scratch. So will this look like store-bought bread? Probably not. But guess what? It's going to be full of flavor, and it's going to be beneficial to everyone in your family. Homemade bread has character, you guys, and each bake teaches you something new. You can adjust the hydration slightly on future loaves to suit your flour and your environment, but this recipe is a solid foundation for everyday sandwich bread. If you've seen my previous videos, you will also learn that you can take this base recipe and you can make other things with it. If you're interested, I can link videos, or I can do a future video showing you how I'm using this same recipe to make other things. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that, because I'm happy to share. Alright guys, so this loaf is soft, it's nourishing, and it's perfect for daily use, from simple buttered toast to packed lunches and hearty sandwiches. I did not get a video of me cutting into this because it was too soon. I have to resist the urge to cut my bread too soon because I don't want it to dry out and lose that moisture. So unfortunately, I don't have video of me cutting into this bread, but I promise you it is delicious. So thank you for baking along with me today here at For Your Heart and Home. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button, Like this video and share it with your friends. Leave a comment down below to let me know if this is something that you're willing to try. If you enjoyed this recipe, there's plenty more scratch baking and freshly milled flour recipes waiting for you. I'll see you in the next video.